Hi guys, my name's Mandy, welcome to Feathers and Flight. Okay, so this is my first video since my introduction, and I thought I would talk a little bit about what I intend to bring. Now, for those of you who don't know me already, I suffer with anxiety. I suffer with something called hyperanxiety. And to be honest, even if you have watched my previous videos, you may not know, because I have mentioned it, but I don't mention it a lot. And something that is very commonly misunderstood with anxiety is people assume that if you have anxiety, you're going to be shy and you're going to be quiet. I am a very confident person, and I mean, I'm not a loudmouth, like I'm not Larry, but I'm not quiet and shy. So because I come across as confident and I present myself in that way, a lot of the time people either don't realise that I have anxiety or they forget when I tell them. So I want to do some videos. This isn't going to be the only thing I'm going to be doing, but I want to do some videos on self-acceptance, self-love, dealing with anxiety. I'm not depressed. I know that anxiety and depression can come hand in hand, but they also can be very separate. I used to suffer with depression a few years ago, and it was quite severe, but I can honestly say, and I'm very proud to say, that I do not suffer from depression any longer. I do have days where I feel, you know, very low energy, and I do have days where I feel a bit sad depending on the situation or whatever's going on, but just in a completely normal way, like everyone does. Do you like my Wonder Woman t-shirt? I do. Or jumper, should I say. So I thought this would be a good topic because we've just had Mabon, or the autumnal equinox. So it's now officially autumn, and here it really looks like autumn. Sorry I keep looking off, I'm in my conservatory, so obviously I'm looking at my garden and the weather is just awful. It has been raining non-stop since the autumn equinox, which was lovely and sunny on the actual day of the equinox. Then it has been torrential rain ever since, and now it's finally stopped raining, but it's still really autumn. So I think we're catching up with the lack of autumn, because it should have been coming for weeks and it hasn't, and now all of a sudden we're getting it in like 2 days. So this is a time where everything is going dormant, everything is laying low. You know, if you follow the story of the god and the goddess, the god is going beneath, going into the underworld. Everything is becoming, you know, closer to winter. Everything is going very calm and very low energy, and it's the darker half of the year. The goddess is getting older, you know, pregnant and still growing, but about to go into that crone phase. And also we have, if you celebrate the same way I do, I celebrate New Year at Samhain. I know there are some people, some witches, I mean obviously we have the New Year that the majority celebrate, which is the December 31st, January the 1st, and then some people, sorry I just kicked the chair, some people celebrate the New Year at Yule, and some people celebrate at Samhain, but I celebrate at Samhain. So my Samhain ritual and everything is very much a renewal and a saying goodbye to the old and saying hello to the new. And Mabon, what I tend to like to do is kind of prepare for Samhain and literally gather as much information as possible, whether it's in my head, on paper, you know, out in nature, gather whatever it is that I can, that I feel I need to let go of and I need to be over and done with, and it's no longer serving me any purpose, and I can let that go and I can direct my energy elsewhere. And what it is that I want for the next year. Now, you don't have to just do it in a yearly sense, like in an annual sense. I find that the majority of what I do, it's easier to focus on what happened this past year and what I want for the coming new year. It's easier that way. But there are, you know, you learn lessons from every single experience you ever have. Every single experience that was unpleasant or that was a struggle, something good came out of that, some lesson came out of that. So you learn from everything, and there's no way of just switching that stuff off because it didn't happen last year. So obviously you take from absolutely everything you've ever experienced, and you take from all of the stuff that you've always wanted and the stuff that you've just wanted, you know, and everything like that. So it is very eclectic in the way that you put it together, but I tend to focus mostly on the previous year, what it is I've been through, reflect, and what it is that I've experienced, what I did, what I achieved, what I did not achieve, and focusing on the things that you did not achieve or did not come into fruition the way that you thought they would, things that didn't manifest the way that you planned. That isn't negative. That isn't a bad thing. It doesn't mean you failed. It means you found something that didn't work for you, which in a way is fantastic, because it means now you know that doesn't work for you, so now you can try something new and you can carry on. If you're trying the same things over and over again, you're never going to get anywhere new. You're always going to end up in the same place. You have to accept the fact that these things don't work. I need to go about it a different way, and that's how you're going to move forwards. And I think this is very, very overlooked a lot of the time when it comes to coping, living with anxiety. Now recently, I won't go into detail because it's not really that important, but recently I've had a situation fall into my lap, which is very much based on my anxiety. It's affected me in a big way and going to affect my next year in a big way, affecting my current life in a big way, and it's all anxiety based. So I was very, very upset to start with, because I was thinking, oh no, I had all these plans and now they've fallen to pieces and I'm not going to be able to do this, and I was just absolutely distraught. And then I realised what a good thing it was, because it made me realise it was enough of a kick. Sorry, the lighting's gone really bad, the sun's moved. Well, the sun hasn't moved, the clouds have got in front of the sun. It made me realise it was enough of a kick to make me realise that what I thought was working, what I had been doing wasn't right, and I need to reassess the situation, go in again, but this time do something different. So in a way it's a complete blessing, because yes, I am living with hyperanxiety and I will live with it for the rest of my life, but I don't want to cope with it in the same way for the rest of my life. I want every single day for me to get better and better and better and find better ways of coping. And I really, you know, I have. Over the last few years, I've got so much better. Like I said, I used to be depressed and now I'm not. I am ever changing and ever growing and ever moving forwards. And the fact that this situation has been handed to me now just seems like the perfect time, because even though I want to get stuck in and I want to get it sorted now because I had plans, now I feel like I'm being held back for, you know, a certain period of time before I can really put stuff into action. I need to sit back, sit still, take in what the universe is handing me, because when one door closes, another one opens, and at the moment one's closed. So something is coming. If it's not already here and I haven't noticed, you know, something is here for me. And I've just got to literally sit and wait for that to happen. And then when it does, I can start putting all of my steps in practice. I can pre-plan, but there is literally, in my mind, no point in attempting to do these things, because depending on what's coming to me next, it may be a complete and utter waste of my time that I've planned it, because it might not go together. So I just wanted to talk about that, having faith in the universe, having faith in the fact that when one door closes, another one opens. I thought it would be kind of nice to share, because it's a huge transition that I'm about to go through, and I'm going to be doing it here. You're going to see, you know. So I thought it would be quite nice to explain everything and kind of put that first video out there, so that as I am sharing what I'm going through, sharing my tips and tricks and techniques and things that I feel help me, sharing my personal experiences, listening to you guys, interacting with you, hopefully video responses, fire alarms going off, I'm not on fire, my mom's just got out the shower, and hopefully it can be something really, really positive. So thank you very much for watching my video. Once again, I'm Mandy. I'll put my personal links in the description bar, because I have a YouTube page called The Shoe Whisperer. I also have a behind the scenes from that, which is another channel. I also have a website with forums and chat rooms and stuff for the pagan community, so please come along and get stuck in. It's all kicking off at the moment. It's absolutely brilliant. So thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Blessed be.